All right, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Virtual Learning. I'll be your host, Coach Brian, or as I like to call it, the PE Traveling Road Show. Boy, do I have a doozy of a lesson for you today. We are officially in week 3 of our softball unit. So if you've enjoyed those last couple lessons these last 2 weeks, it's only going to amp up and get even cooler and more awesome this week. All right, so as always, we go to the whiteboard. Some of the things we need to remember are vocabulary from the last 2 weeks. We're talking about words like stroke, the amount of attempts it takes to get the ball into the hole. These are all golf terms, but we're incorporating them into our softball lesson. So par, we know, is the amount of, again, attempts or strokes it takes to get the ball into the hole. Every hole has a par. Things like a par 3, that means I get 3 opportunities to try and get into the hole. There's par 4s and there are par 5s in golf. Par 6s are kind of very uncommon. They do exist. And after par 6, there's no par 7, no par 8, no par 100. You don't get 100 attempts to try and get, in our case, the sock ball into the hole, or in actual golf, to get the golf ball into the hole. The tee box we talked about in the last 2 weeks, that's the starting point. That's where I get my feet set and I'm ready to tee off or use the overhand throw to throw the ball really far out of the tee box. The hole is the object that we're trying to get the ball into. We talked about sand traps and bunkers, things that are on the golf course that make the game a lot more difficult. If it was really wide open, the game would be really easy. The beauty of golf is that each course is completely different, and each course is equipped with things like bunkers and sand traps, some water hazards. If you've ever seen a golf course, a lot of times they have ponds or big rivers running through them, and just makes the game that much more difficult because every time you hit it into one of those, or if you lose a ball in the woods or the water, it counts as an extra stroke. Birdie, we've talked about in the past, that's 1 less than par. So if par is 3, that's the set goal for me to get the ball into the hole, which would be 3 strokes. And if I get the ball in the hole in 2, then I would get a birdie. A bogey is just the opposite. If par is 3 and I get the ball in the hole in 4 strokes, unfortunately, that would be a bogey and that would be 1 over. Dog legs are those holes we talked about that either go up and make a right-hand turn or they go to the left. They're very difficult because you can't just go straight at the hole. You have to strategically play those holes. So that's a little bit about our vocabulary. Our warm-up activity, if we look down here, is actually called Bozo Fitness. All right, so next time I see you, I'll be in the basement and you'll be clicking on the video entitled Bozo Fitness and you'll follow along with Coach Brian. So for a warm-up, our objective will be able to complete the Bozo Fitness warm-up with Coach Brian. All right, so there's a lot of hidden exercises in there, but we'll have a lot of fun with that warm-up activity. And then for an activity, we're actually going to turn it over to you guys and you're going to build your own 7-hole softball golf course. So in the past, let's think about it. Just quick review. We've already built a 1-hole, right, softball course. We've built a 3-hole softball course. And now I'm going to ask you to build a 7-hole golf course and actually keep score. So you can challenge mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, your brothers, your sisters. If you have a neighbor in the neighborhood that you'd like to play against, this is going to be really fun activity. And again, we're turning it over to you where you're going to be expected. You can also click on the 7-hole softball golf course that Coach Brian created, and you can see how I fared in my own course. Again, that's the beauty of golf. Not every course is created the same. Different golf courses make it a lot more challenging. And you are basically competing against yourself to try and get your lowest score. So that's the beauty of golf, and that's why I thought this would be a really awesome lesson to start the school year. So that's what you're going to do. Our activity, our objective, will be able to use creativity to build my own 7-hole softball golf course. All right, so you're going to use some engineering skills. You're going to use some creativity as you build your own golf course. I've loved the videos and pictures you've sent over the last 2 weeks of you guys playing your own course, please do me a favor. Keep those videos and pictures coming, as they are awesome, as I love to see how you guys are doing with these lessons. Hopefully you're enjoying this unit. Next time I see you, we'll be in my basement. We'll be working on our underhand throw, and we'll be playing a game I call Bozo Fitness. So make sure your shoes are tied tight, you have some loose athletic clothing on, and as always, invite someone to work out with you, because we know working out by yourself can be somewhat boring. Or if you are in the mood, please invite mom or dad, aunts or uncles to work out with you. All right, again, this is Coach Brian signing off from the office. Next time I see you, we'll be in my basement playing some Bozo Fitness.